On this week's episode of BJ in the Morning, we're gonna talk about some creepy stuff. Let's go.
You can't keep it up.
I can't.
The whole time we were warming up the mics, and I mean not really the mics, but like ourselves, and setting up audio and video and stuff. We were both whistling that song. What do you think of when you whistle that song? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
I think of Spaceballs.
Yeah. I think of that and The Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But both great options.
I love Spaceballs.
I know you do. Spaceballs, the movie. Spaceballs.
Hi, I'm Barf. Anyways, on this week's episode of BJ in the Morning.
What's this voice you're trying to do?
I don't know.
Do you need to cough it out?
I'm okay.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
That's probably going to sound so gross.
But
Juan.
Welcome back to BJ in the Morning. I'm Juan.
I'm Brendan.
And if you never listen to us, what we started the podcast with is what we do.
What do we do?
Nothing. We just dick around.
I mean, 20 plus years of friendship. That's about what we got going for us.
Yeah.
Our podcast is here for us to talk about whatever we want to talk about, so we don't have to talk to each other throughout the whole week.
And entertain.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That's number 2 on the list.
Hopefully you are Are you entertained?
No. I'm just playing.
All right.
But yeah, no, dude, we're on what, like episode 14 now?
Is it really?
Whoa.
How
We're
was
talking
that?
spooky stuff and my phone just flew off the chair.
Play the video back. Episode 14?
Episode 14, I'm pretty sure it's 14.
Dang.
Dude.
And a couple quickies.
And a couple quickies. So we're technically up to like 16, 17, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But today we decided
Mm-hmm.
to do something that we do almost every time. We find stuff to talk about from the internet.
Love it.
So we're going to be talking about some spooky stories we found online.
Yeah.
And you have a couple that you want to go over.
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah. Yours is long.
Mine's long.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to be cool to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't think yours are going to be cool to talk about, though.
Maybe not.
I'm just kidding.
Just a heads up to the listeners.
Mm-hmm. Or the watchers.
Or the watchers.
Whoever.
We are not, well, I say we, but me, we are not that good at reading.
Yeah, we mess up a lot. My reading level is like 3rd grade.
Honestly, it's not too bad, but when it gets long and the text is like tiny, like we were reading before the podcast started, I'm like reading fine for like 2 paragraphs, and I'm like, I feel like the text is getting smaller.
I think that's because we're in our 30s.
What?
Have you
Excuse me. What does that say?
There was this TikTok I saw, and it's like a dude, like the text on the screen says like gaming in your 30s. And I'm a gamer. I like playing video games. And it said gaming in your 30s. And then the guy sits down and he's like squinting, trying to read. It's like controller in his hand. And then he hits like settings, and he goes to settings and turns the text up like 3 sizes.
Yeah.
And then he sits down. He's like, yeah, gets all cozy in a blanket and stuff, and just like chilling on the couch. I'm like, that's right.
Yeah.
I had to turn the text up on one of the games I've been playing.
Yeah, it felt like the text was getting smaller and smaller. I'm like, Sonny, can you bring me my reading glasses?
We're getting old.
And the thing is, I got my eyes done.
Yeah, you got the laser surgery.
I got LASIK. I got my eyes done.
You got them done. You did done them.
And I do have 2015 vision.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's it like back in 2015?
That was a joke?
Yeah, you said you have 2015.
And it wasn't
It was
funny.
funny. It was
No.
funny. What was popular in 2015?
Me.
Meh. Meh. But you have the 2015 vision.
Right. I have 2015 vision.
Mm-hmm.
But
I got like 0 vision.
I do have like problems with like street lights.
You got like that astigmatism glow.
Fluorescent lighting.
Yeah.
And reading very small text apparently.
Same, but I wear glasses and didn't get surgery.
Yeah. So I'm like,
do we need to get you reading glasses?
I might have to.
But I thought you were never going to wear glasses
I'm
again.
not scratching my balls, by the way.
If you wouldn't have said anything, I could have just cut it out, dude. But now it's staying in there. Juan's scratching his junk.
No, it was my thigh, dude.
You went aggressive, though.
Yeah, it was an aggressive itch, dude.
When you got an itch, you got to scratch it.
My crabs are back, sorry.
It's a family show.
Can crabs be transferable, like, on a couch?
Probably. I wouldn't know.
But, like, let's say I did have crabs,
Mm-hmm.
and we were sitting in a room together,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wearing very loose shorts.
Yeah.
Could they, like...
I don't know. This is not something I've ever thought of.
and then, like, crawl up your leg and just...
That sounds terrifying.
Right?
Moving on.
If you have an MD behind your name,
Yeah.
you work in a hospital,
Mm-hmm.
or a nurse, or
RN.
RN,
Yeah. Or just an N.
or just an
You
N.
might know.
If you know, let us know immediately.
Juan needs some things answered. Stat.
Just kidding. I don't have crabs.
I'm doubting you now.
I don't.
But Juan, we're talking creepy internet stories today.
Creepy internet
and
stories.
we're not talking like creepy pastas. Do you know creepy pastas?
No.
We'll get into that on another episode. But these are like people submitted stories onto the internet, like based on true things, true events
that happened to them.
That happened to them.
Allegedly.
Right. We never know. The internet is full of liars. We're two of them.
But anytime we talk about something or someone,
allegedly,
we have to say allegedly.
Because we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
I really don't.
You don't know.
Nope.
Unless you wrote the story.
Then you would know if you were lying or not.
But if we didn't say allegedly, they would have the right to take my crabs away. I'm just kidding. I don't have crabs. I'm just joking.
I'm doubting
joking
that so
around,
much, dude. I don't know if you have crabs or not.
All right, so let's get into this shit, dude.
All right.
Should I go first?
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. So I read ahead a little bit, right?
Uh-huh.
And this like kind of article of spooky stories
is trying to get comfortable to listen to
it's called The Spookiest Ghost Stories You'll Ever Hear.
The spookiest?
Ever.
That I'll ever hear.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay. So, the first one goes, I worked at a public pool.
Ooh.
At night, I would work alone after hours, cleaning the building and the pool. One night around 2 a.m., first of all, what you doing at a pool at 2 a.m.?
Cleaning it, duh. That's what they said.
But like...
Someone's got to clean the pool, and they can't do it while there's kids in the pool.
But pools close early.
Sometimes. It depends on how dirty the pool got. Did they have a field trip? Was there tons of kids peeing in the pool? Was there a kid with thick black frame glasses who pretended to drown so the lifeguard would kiss him? You never know.
I was cleaning the changing rooms The pool had been closed for hours at this time.
Well, it does. 2 a.m.
So suddenly, I hear the sound of a child's laughter and bare feet running across the pool deck.
Wait, bare feet?
Bare feet.
Like grizzly bear feet?
Yeah, B-E-A-R, bear.
What do bare feet sound like?
I don't know what. Just watch Cocaine Bear and you'll
We gotta get that picnic basket.
Hey, boo-boo, you got anything in that picnic basket? I haven't seen that cartoon in forever.
Yeah, since I was a small child. Probably the one that was giggling at this pool.
Yeah, he's like...
Watching Yogi Bear.
I go out... I go out and scan the area. There was nobody in sight. The doors are all closed and locked.
Mm-hmm.
There was nowhere a kid could be hiding.
Nowhere at all.
There are no wet footprints on the pool deck. I rechecked the doors and the security monitors. I am the only person in the building. It was unsettling. Okay.
Was that the whole story?
That was it.
What do you think could have caused the sound of children giggling? Maybe they were outside of the pool.
Maybe there was children on the other side of the wall.
That's just what I said. That's exact. I said there's children outside the pool.
Outside of the gate?
Yeah, like outside.
Maybe.
Like pools, they're not closed most of the time. Like they're like an open area.
Maybe it was in his head.
It was 2 a.m. Probably tired.
Mm.
Probably sleepy.
Sleep
out in the sun all day.
Right.
I don't know if he was in the sun all day. But that's on a spook level, dude. That's pretty low. I'm gonna give it pretty low.
First of all, not the spookiest ghost story I've ever heard.
Is this a BuzzFeed thing?
Yeah.
That's why.
It is. It's a BuzzFeed article, but I think they are Reddit stories.
Okay.
And pics.
So,
what?
Sorry. I was just gonna complain about how BuzzFeed is just like getting content just by taking it from the internet and putting it on their own thing, and I was like, shit, we're doing that.
That's what we're doing.
That's exactly what we're doing.
The username for that story was /old man Enoch.
Okay.
All right. Next.
All right. Next one.
All right.
Spooky story.
My girlfriend's grandfather's ashes were on the little shelf in the living room, right next to a very solid and heavy angel statue. One weekend, she and I are fooling around in the living room couch.
As you do. Yeah, in the living room at is it his house, grandparents' house?
Family's house?
Family house? That's not the place to fool around. But anyways,
it's really not, but...
someone's going to walk in.
But out of the corner of my eye, I see the angel statue fly off the wall.
Well, yeah, you were fooling around in front of it.
Accompanied with a deep grunt.
Oh, it's his girlfriend.
Okay.
It was his girlfriend grunting.
I do have to say something.
Okay.
As soon as I started reading that, I got a text.
Okay.
Maria, I hear you talking about me.
No.
Saying my girlfriend.
No.
I got a reply. LOL, stop. LOL, stop.
I can't wait for her to listen now.
Okay. Accompanied by a deep grunt. All right?
Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh. What is that sound? What is that? Is that like when somebody gets hit by something? Like a bad guy in a video game?
It reminds me of the Doom guy from like the old school Doom.
It's Minecraft.
Is it?
Yeah, when they're like, and it's like, and then they hit it. They hit the green monster thing. What's it called?
The creeper?
The creeper. They hit the creeper and it goes, ooh.
It does not.
It doesn't?
No.
Okay, then I'm wrong.
The guy who doesn't play video games.
I don't play video games.
Yeah.
Anyways, we both stood there in shock, and after a few moments, I asked if she had heard the grunt sound as well.
Ugh.
To which she agreed. Later that night at dinner, we told her parents what happened.
Did they tell him about the fooling around?
Parentheses.
Oh.
Leaving out the naughty bit,
Okay.
Obviously.
Obviously. My bad. I jumped the gun.
End parentheses. And Megan's younger sister
Who's
burst
Megan?
into tears. Exactly.
Who is Megan?
First of all, he said, my girlfriend.
The whole time.
He said, my girlfriend.
Oh, is it an autocorrect?
But now he's saying Megan. Hey.
Who's Megan?
If you're going to tell us her name.
Tell it from the beginning.
Start with that.
Yeah. What's your name?
What's your name? Man. Bro.
Dude.
Pal.
Friend.
Buddy.
I'm not your buddy.
Justin.
Sure.
Your name's Justin now. All right. Megan's younger sister bursts into tears, saying she had seen a dark figure at the foot of her bed the last couple of nights.
Ooh.
But didn't want anyone to think she was crazy.
No, we would never.
After,
Megan's sister.
After that day, I was a believer.
In what? Angels?
Ooh. Ooh. The username was Longface Pub.
Longface Pub. And Megan.
Why the long face?
Pub.
A horse walks into the bar and the bartender says, why the long face?
Ha. So, okay. They specified that the grandpa's ashes were on the counter.
Right.
Or the shelf or whatever, right? Next to this angel statue.
Right.
So, do you think the grandpa from beyond the grave or beyond the vase said, stop fooling around with my granddaughter, and then threw something and it just so happened to be the angel statue?
It was pretty heavy, he said. What if he was trying to kill him?
Shoot. You best not be fooling around in the living room
Don't
anymore.
be fooling around
Don't
in
fool
the
around.
living
Yeah.
room, dude.
Find a new room, one without someone's
there
ashes.
are grandparents present. At least move like the urn of the ashes, right?
Put the vase somewhere else.
Yeah.
Put it in the kitchen.
Like, if you moved it, would they still be in the room?
And just like turn it around so it's not looking. Just put some googly eyes.
And then it goes, ooh. Ooh. They don't know what they're oohing at.
They were just disgusted with what was going on with their granddaughter.
What's up with this wall? Ooh.
Ooh. I actually hate this statue. Okay.
Should I read another one?
Yeah, go for it. I'm down.
I lived in a house for about 5 years that was haunted.
Did they know? How did they know?
But not in a malicious way.
Oh, so it's like a Casper the
In
Friendly
a
Ghost.
shitty roommate kind of way.
Oh, no.
I'd come home to the windows on the second floor being open when it was raining, to food containers being open in the fridge that hadn't been touched yet. The worst was that the ghost, quotations, hated clocks. She hated them.
First off, how'd you know it was a girl?
They didn't say.
Okay, continue.
They didn't say.
Maybe this ghost was just always late.
I had an antique cuckoo clock that had worked for 50 years that would just
50?
stop. Okay.
Is that the whole story?
Make that sentence better.
Yeah.
Brand new clocks on the wall. Okay, this guy, I'm not reading this wrong. This guy is just writing bad.
Even though we prefaced by saying that we don't know how to read.
I know. Brand new clocks on the wall that ate through batteries. I fixed it. that ate through batteries like candy. My watch ended up on the floor one morning. The crystal shattered, even though I knew I slept with it on.
You probably just took it off in your sleep. Have you ever like gone to sleep like wearing too many clothes?
Right?
You know, and then just you wake up, you're like, I know I fell asleep in a shirt, some jeans,
and now
my
I'm
socks,
butt naked.
my Nikes,
right?
And now I've got nothing on.
Fell asleep with my Nikes.
You know, everyone's done it before.
Fell asleep with the J's, dude. The one that pissed me off the most was that I got a brand new Kit Kat clock for Christmas.
Oh, did they break them off a piece?
That is spelled KIT-CAT.
Oh, damn. I don't get it.
I think it's the one with the cat and the eyes that goes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Those are fun.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those are fun. Okay, and it's an
antique.
I got a brand new Kit Kat clock for Christmas, and the bitch threw it off the wall. I was cooking, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw the cat freaking fly. Turned around, and it was across the kitchen, broken.
Of course.
It was brand new. Man, she was a bitch.
I feel like this story wasn't originally a ghost story. I feel like you just had a bad roommate, and you might have just blocked out a lot of traumatic experiences. Why they were obsessed with clocks, I don't know.
You can't call ghosts bitches, dude.
No, they don't like it.
I don't think so. Maybe that's why. Maybe. Hey, dude.
How about you don't call ghosts bitches?
Maybe you were the bad roommate.
How about
Ever thought of that?
How about you get better clocks?
Yeah. How about you get indestructible clocks?
Get one of those stone sundials.
How about don't fall asleep with your watch?
How about find a new roommate? I don't know.
That was
I feel like
by Weekly Pie.
The funny thing about that is like, you remember we had this idea for a short series about being best friends with a ghost, but like the whole thing was like, it was like they were already best friends, but then you find out later on that one of them's dead, and it's a ghost the whole time. That could have been a scene from our series.
It could have.
And the whole reason we didn't pursue this any further is because Smosh fucking... Do you remember, like, we were writing ours? Yeah. And then Smosh is like, oh, we have this ghost roommate show. Like, yeah. Well, shit.
God damn it.
That would have been fun. Maybe someday.
Darn it.
I still want to do that scene that we talked about, the really epic one at the end.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're talking on a park bench. And then it's
Stop talking.
Oh. Continue your story then.
We can still do it.
Yeah.
We don't want anyone to take our ideas.
They already take our ideas.
Hey, Smosh, don't listen.
Okay, speaking of other people who have taken our ideas, do you remember when we made that milk commercial thing back in the day?
Yes.
Where?
Oh my God.
Do you remember this? I will never not bring this up.
Right.
Because it still floors me to this day. But we made this whole video about someone who everything that could happen bad happened.
And this was in like 2012. No, because
the first time we did this was in high school.
Okay.
And then we redid it in college, remember?
Uh-huh.
But it's someone wants cereal. They go to pour their milk and they're like, oh, there's no milk. And they shake the jug. That's very specific, very important. Shake the jug, couple drops come out. And they're like, well, dang it, I got to go get milk. And then all these bad things happen to them. Like they got to rescue a cat from a tree. There's like a parade. They get hit by a car. There was one point where we were trying to do an alien invasion thing happening.
Right.
And then they finally get the milk and get home and everything's fine, right?
There was a parade. You said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the one in college, instead of the alien invasion, we decided to do the parade from Ferris Bueller.
Yep.
Because we thought it'd be funnier.
Yep.
But the one in high school, definitely like we were trying to do aliens because that's when I wanted to do the like strings, like 50s style alien movie thing.
Yeah.
So we put that out. It goes out there, whatever. It's not our best work.
But it was fun.
It was fun to do. And we shot it on like really old school cameras and stuff, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. We did a lot of weird things in college the first time around. But then pretty soon after that,
right?
This Got Milk ad comes out with The Rock.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
And he's trying to get some cereal and milk put together for, like, I'm guessing his daughter.
Yeah.
And he goes to pour it in, and he's like, there's no milk, and he shakes it. And as soon as he does that, as soon as he did that, I was like, this is my video.
Yeah.
Right? Because I wasn't with you when I first saw this ad.
Uh-huh.
And then what's the first thing that he does after he goes to get milk? He has to save a lady's cat from a tree. And then what happens? The world starts ending. And aliens invade. And he's got to save the world from aliens. Then he gets the milk and finally gets home and everything's okay. Weird. We went on a side tangent so hard right now.
What you got to say, Rock?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. If you're out there listening, which I doubt it, you're too cool for us. We know that. I'm not ashamed to admit that he's cooler than us.
I feel like he's the nicest guy on the planet.
Yeah, so maybe if you guys feel like you want to send this clip out to him, we'll clip this one for TikTok. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, hit us up. I don't think you had anything specifically to do with writing this ad, but I originally made this ad.
We made the video first.
And I can prove it. But it would just be cool to like talk about it maybe sometime on this podcast. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Sure.
If you're out there listening, because you're cool, you're nice. That would be fucking sick.
To have The Rock on the podcast.
The Rock.
I've been a fan of The Rock since I was like 7.
And I was one of those late bloomers when it came to The Rock. I just didn't get it. And now I do.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I can smell it now, and it smells delicious.
I watched The Rock on a late night talk show. Back in his wrestling days still. And they asked him, because obviously they called him out, and it was his theme song.
Yeah.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? And it's like dun 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 dun, dun. And he's walking out all like,
rock.
Yeah.
The smolder.
So they're doing the interview, and they ask him,
"What are you cooking?"
So what is The Rock cooking? And The Rock said, chocolate chip muffins.
Damn straight.
And I never forgot that, ever.
No, dude. Now if we ever get to talk to The Rock on this podcast, because it'll happen, thanks.
We can ask
Internet.
him what The Rock is cooking.
No, we'll just give him chocolate chip muffins and see if he remembers saying that. He won't physically be here. I don't think he could physically fit in this room.
I'm just kidding. I made that up.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I didn't make that up. Sorry.
Your house was just like, shut up.
Sorry.
You probably didn't hear it on the podcast.
My house just went, ooh.
All right, Juan, let's get back onto the topic of these spooky stories. I got a spooky one.
Read it to me.
This happened December 2021 when I was visiting my parents for Christmas in Paris. First off, Christmas in Paris? What is this, Home Alone?
Does Paris have Christmas?
Yes. I'm pretty sure everyone does. But this person, I traveled from North Carolina, so there's like a 6-hour time difference. Makes sense?
Oui.
My parents and I were staying in an old hotel for one night in a town I don't remember the name of. Sus. It was
probably Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Incredible. Anyways, it was very, very small, just 2 beds and a bathroom. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In the middle of the...
Wait, that's where his parents live?
No, in the hotel they were
That's
staying.
where he was staying.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the middle of the night, I woke up to the sound of my name being whispered over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
It was my nickname, think like John from Jonathan, not my real name, and my boyfriend is the one who calls me by it the most often.
Mm.
At the time, I was laying on my side, facing the wall with my back to my parents' bed. I opened my eyes and at first dismissed it to the sound of my parents breathing or a dream I might have come out of, but I kept hearing it, like it never stopped even after I was fully awake. Spooky.
I'm still hooked on the fact that his parents stayed at a hotel.
They were visiting a town in Paris.
I thought he said he was visiting his parents.
Yeah, but they were staying in an old hotel for one night in a town. Yeah. Do I need to start over?
I got it.
This happened in December.
Mr. Clay.
So I jumped up and looked over my shoulder, and it stopped. I just saw my parents sleeping, and I could hear them breathing, which didn't sound like the whispers I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Creeped out, I just laid back down and tried to ignore what just had happened.
Mm-hmm.
5 seconds later, my phone that's charging on the small desk at the wall adjacent to the bed starts ringing very loudly.
Probably not 5 seconds. Just saying.
It's a rough estimate.
Okay.
And now that I think about it, I always put my ringer on silent. Except for this time, apparently, so that's not always.
Mm-hmm.
I get a shit ton of notifications, and I think that's weird. I didn't hear anything other than this call. First off, are you that popular? You get a shit ton of notifications?
Yeah. First of all, you're in
Paris.
Paris.
Mr. Incredible.
Mission Incredible.
But anyways, that's what it says here. But anyways, I see my boyfriend is calling me, and I was kind of annoyed because he knows about the time difference. Yeah. But I answered it just in case it was an emergency. Long story short, it's pretty long already, but it's fine. He said he was returning my calls. He received 2 FaceTime calls from me 1 minute prior, but couldn't answer because he was showing his friend something on his phone. You're on your phone.
Right.
Hit answer. You're on your phone. Just hit answer. Don't whatever. Your friend can wait. He's there, right?
He just swiped it away.
Just swipes it away. Rude. After we hung up, I checked my outgoing calls, and sure enough, I tried FaceTiming him twice. It still gives me chills, and neither my boyfriend or I have an explanation for it. At the same moment, I woke up to hearing my nickname being whispered. My boyfriend was getting FaceTime calls from me. I wondered what he'd see if he had answered.
Wow.
It's pretty creepy.
He'd probably see the French bomber from The Incredibles.
That's all we're hooked on.
All right, now read it again, but with the French accent.
Okay, let's see. Baguette. No, I'm just kidding.
Baguette. It's a baguette.
Do you remember All That?
Spaghetti.
That's Italian. Do you remember that show, All That?
Yeah.
There was the...
this is all that. This is all that.
But there was that one segment where Keenan was in the bathtub teaching you French. Do you remember this?
No.
Oh my god. I'm gonna find it right now while you look up the next story we're talking about. I think his name was Pierre Escargot.
Pierre
Escargot.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, as soon as you see an image from this, you're gonna be like, never mind.
Yeah.
I remember. You don't remember this?
Very vague.
Everyday French with Pierre Escargot.
Okay.
You don't remember this?
No.
Oh my god! What? It's so good though.
So like, You gonna show it to me, or you're just showing me the picture?
I was trying, but my phone froze. I was waiting for you to get the story.
3 ways to fake a convincing French accent.
This is what you're looking at. Okay, here you go. You ready?
I do. You're hitting some pretty crazy core memories right now.
Yeah.
Number 1, mastering consonants. Produce a guttural R sound.
Uh-huh.
The R sound is produced very differently in French language.
We're legit doing this right now?
Yeah. Another way to think of a French R sound is to replace the R with an English H. And try to really rough it up.
Mm-hmm.
Almost gargling as you make the sound.
Uh-huh.
So, TH goes DZ, THZ. This is D's nuts. This is disease. Replace TH with the Z sound. Oh, that's what they were explaining. Oh, show me the picture afterwards. How about? Give me some words, dude. Give me... Okay. The H is silent. So instead of how, it's owl. Hospital.
Hi, welcome to learning French accents with Juan. Oh my
God. Oh God.
All right.
You have another one?
I am looking for the one that I lost as soon as I tried to look up PRS Gargo. Do you have any more?
Yeah, I do.
You have more of those short BuzzFeed ones?
We are leaving BuzzFeed.
No. Oh, I'm so sad.
We're going to the Travel Channel.
Hit me with it.
All right, these are the
best
scariest
shot.
ghost stories from Reddit.
Oh, so we could have just been on Reddit.
Yeah, but
which I was on.
Here's the thing. The reason why I got the articles instead of the Reddit feeds, first of all, bigger letters. Second of all, not as long. I think they picked the shorter ones for us. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this story is called It Wasn't a Little Girl.
Oh.
It wasn't a little girl.
Stop.
It wasn't a little girl.
I don't think this is French.
That
was more like Gru.
Anyways. Okay. I was camping with my husband and his family at a small remote lake in New Mexico. There were about 10 people in our group and another group of 6 people in the next campsite.
Mm-hmm.
It was nighttime and both groups were doing typical activities, making s'mores.
S'mores?
S'mores.
Some more what? I haven't had anything. How can I have some more of nothing?
You want some more?
Some more what?
Having a few drinks and telling stories. When we all heard what sounded like a little girl yelling for help, neither group had children with them. But we were all positive that we were hearing a little girl and decided to search the area we had heard the noises from together. First mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go looking for the little girl.
No, we don't do that.
No.
We've seen enough horror movies.
There was a field behind our campsite, and we all saw a very tall, pure white figure standing maybe 100 feet away from us, making the noises. Okay.
Some noises.
We all agreed the thing looked maybe 6 feet tall, skinny, and wide as can be. We made our way closer to investigate. Don't do that. Jesus. We made our way closer to investigate, but whatever it was that we saw started backing off as we got closer, and it disappeared into the trees. All night we continued to hear the little girl calling for help as we tried to sleep. Sounds like a skinwalker to me.
We don't talk about skinwalkers.
No.
We've already talked about them before. They're spooky. They're scary. I don't like them.
Have we talked about skinwalkers on season 1?
I think so.
Or just in our own personal conversations?
I think in our own personal conversations.
Yeah, that one was pretty creepy.
I have a creepy one. Another creepy one. You ready? This one's short. It seems fake, but it could be creepy.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, my gosh.
Right?
All right.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, Miss Jean-Claude.
Last night, a friend rushed me out of the house to catch the opening act at a local bar's music night. After a few drinks, I realized my phone wasn't in my pocket. I checked the table we were sitting at. I checked the bar, the bathrooms, and after no luck, I used my friend's phone to call mine.
Mm-hmm.
After 2 rings, someone answered, gave out a low, raspy giggle, and hung up. They didn't answer again. I eventually gave it up as a lost cause and headed home, and I found my phone laying on my nightstand where I left it. That's it.
That was a short one.
If that actually happened, though, I'd probably pee myself.
Yeah.
Like, who's in your house? Who's on your phone?
And why?
Why are they in the house?
Why are they in the house?
Were they going to rob you and then you called and they're like, never mind, changed my mind, ha ha ha, and then hung up? It's kind of spooky, though, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like...
Now read it again, but in a French accent.
Ooh, how about this one? I'm pretty sure this one got turned into like a movie or a short film or something.
Yeah.
But this one is it's a ghost story from someone on Reddit, but it's from BuzzFeed apparently. Mm-hmm. So BuzzFeed's back at it again.
God damn it, BuzzFeed.
But it's a story of a father putting his young son to bed. You ready?
We can't get BuzzFeed away from us.
No, it's fine. They love us. It's fine. So I begin tucking him into bed, and he tells me, Daddy, check for monsters under my bed. I look underneath for his amusement and see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, Daddy, there's somebody in my bed. Does it?
Another him?
Yeah.
Another little boy?
Yeah, so maybe there's a monster in the bed. Maybe there's a monster in the bed.
That's creepy. I would leave. Yeah,
no, be done. Be done.
I'm done.
Be done with that.
I'm done. All right. Here's another one.
Okay.
The unrest stop.
Okay.
Okay.
I see what you did there.
I was driving across the country with my mom and sister when I was 16 and my sister was 20. It was late, but we were still well rested and still alert.
I'm not well rested or alert as I yawn.
We were driving along an interstate and needed gas and a bathroom break. So we stopped at the only rest stop in 200 miles.
Ooh.
There was a van full of teenagers on the road trip at the gas station, as well as a small gray car parked at the pump in front of us. Okay, that's a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Not a rest stop.
Mm-hmm.
God, dude.
Get your story straight.
Jesus. Anyways. Parked at the pump in front of us with 2 young men standing still outside of it. When we got there, everything felt wrong. We'd been on the road for days and seen many rest stops, gas stations, at night, and had never been afraid until then. My mom and sister went inside and I stayed in the car. I heard the teenagers say they were creeped out and couldn't get the pump to work, and they left in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the car in front of us, and the 2 men had not moved at all. Not an inch. They weren't talking. They weren't on phones. They were just standing there, still as a stone. My mom and sister came back running to the car.
Yeah.
And when
Get out of there.
And when they got in, the 2 men slowly turned to look at us, while not moving or pivoting the rest of their bodies.
Spooky.
And I swear to fucking shit,
Oh,
we all saw the same thing. That's what it said.
Okay.
They had eyes dark as pitch and empty. Excuse me?
As what?
Word for word. They had eyes as dark as pitch and empty.
Okay.
Truly empty. Not black. Not reflecting any light at all. Just a void. We sped out of there and didn't stop until we were in the next city. The worst thing about the entire experience... Oh, wait. Sorry. The worst thing about the... I'm sorry. The worst thing about the entire experience? Question mark?
They didn't get their snacks.
I'm sorry. The worst thing about the entire experience? I'm sorry, one more time. The worst thing about the entire I'm sorry. I would be a terrible voice actor. The worst thing about... Oh, fuck.
Slow it down. Slow down.
The worst thing
Sound it out.
The worst thing about the entire...
Sound it out.
The worst thing about the entire experience?
What was it? Tell me what the answer is.
Okay.
I'm sorry. The worst thing about
In case you were wondering, the worst thing about the entire experience? We couldn't find the place on any map. We knew exactly which spot on the interstate to look, and we couldn't find it on Google Maps or any paper map that we had. Why do you got a paper map?
Where'd you get it? Did you MapQuest?
What is this? Fucking 1997? We even asked locals about the creepy gas station out on that stretch of road and got only confused looks. We've traveled on that interstate since, and there was no rest stop.
What was the gas station?
AKA gas station.
That's pretty spooky, man. I have another one here.
The worst thing about the entire experience?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I have another one here that kind of reminds me of that one that we have from the retirement home.
Oh. Okay.
So
go ahead.
this appears to be the one we might... It's a short one.
Okay.
But it might be the last one of the episode.
Okay.
Unless you have another really spooky short one. But I'm going to start this one out by the title, called The Spine Tingling Snack. Not the snack you're thinking of, but, you know. Anyways, I used to work at a hospital and had a lot of midnight shifts. Around 3 a.m., I went to the vending machine to get a snack. There was a door next to the vending machine with a window on it that faced the cafeteria, and I clearly saw someone walk by the door. It took me a minute until I remembered that the cafeteria had motion sensor lights and should have turned on, but it was still dark inside. I went to get a closer look, and the direction the person was walking would have led them straight into a wall. And I've never run away faster in my entire life.
What?
Kind of spooky. Kind of spooky.
Kind of spooky.
But also, not that spooky. But you know why? What app am I on? Or what website am I on?
BuzzFeed.
Fucking BuzzFeed.
Shit.
Dude. But there's also The Vanishing Nurse.
Now read it again in French.
Okay, when I was about 6 years...
in French.
Oh, that's a different one. Different story.
In French.
Yeah.
Not even in a French.
The hash-slinging slasher.
Does that sound like French?
No.
Comment ça va? Je l'ai pas de vous boire?
It was better.
Well, comment ça va is actually French.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it means how are you?
Okay.
Je ne veux pas?
What?
No clue. I know it's French. No clue what it means.
What French words do I know? La piscine? It's the pool?
Amor.
That's love.
When the moon hits your eyes like a something pizza pie, that's amore. Oh my god. That was creepy. Go for it, dude.
For what?
Weren't you going to read another one?
No, I thought you had another one.
Oh.
The last one, but I need it in French.
Okay.
Do you remember that show Flight of the Conchords?
Yeah.
They did that whole French song.
Yeah.
And it seriously was just gibberish.
Flight of the Conchords is on HBO Max.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was
sick.
an HBO show.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Sorry, that's like a line. That's like a thing people know.
This one is short.
Tell me the story. We have some time.
After we moved into our
Wait.
home,
In French.
I'm sorry.
No, just normal. Just normal.
After we moved into our home,
But in French.
we were told a woman had died there at the hands of her abusive husband.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that dude.
She better haunt that place.
She hated men. My
Yeah.
dad would wake up with scratches all over himself.
Ooh.
And whenever my brother was mean to my sister or I, he would have scratches on him as well.
What?
One day, my brother hurt our sister. He hit her with something.
Dick?
When he woke up later that night, he had a horrible bloody nose.
Ooh, allergies.
The
Changing of the season.
The day we moved out, my brother accidentally broke his twin's arm trying out a wrestling move. He swears that he would have died that night if it wasn't our last in the house.
Spooky. Okay, so this ghost just really was picking on the dudes who lived there. I mean, it makes sense.
But what happens if the females are mean? Like if the sister was mean to the brother?
Nothing. Scot-free.
Or if the mom was beating the shit out of the dad?
I mean, that could happen. But I think the ghost would have just been like, meh. I don't agree with that stance, ghost. You know, just everyone gets the same punishment.
Right.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience yourself? Anything weird that stands out?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell it now? Or do you want to just say yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I've also. Thanks for listening.
Comment ça va? Je ne veux pas.
One more time in English.
How are you?
Something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Média incroyable. No, I did have a pretty weird experience.
Yeah.
One time, so there's this place which is completely leveled now, doesn't exist anymore.
Ooh,
It's called
spooky.
the Domes of Casa Grande.
Did they level them?
They did.
I never went.
They're gone.
That's sad.
They were really cool and also very kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Just these cement
Domes.
domes, huge, in the middle of the desert, like nothing. No homes, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And that place was actually on Ghost Adventures.
Oh.
Not to say that it was haunted or anything, but it was on Ghost Adventures.
They went.
And allegedly, people used to perform satanic rituals in those domes.
That's pretty spooky.
Uh-huh. So, I heard a lot of stories of the domes, and I was like, hey, you know what I'm gonna do?
Go to the domes.
I'm gonna go to the domes. You know what I'm gonna do?
Go to the freaking domes.
Go to the domes by myself.
Smart move.
Best thing I've ever done.
This was like a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, this was like 2016, I think.
Yeah.
17 maybe.
Somewhere around there.
Something like that.
But what happened?
I get to the domes, and so I'm driving. No big deal. I turn onto the road to get to the domes, and I start to feel nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I just thought because I had just bought my camera.
Yeah.
I hadn't done photography yet. I actually, fun fact, I bought my camera to make vlogs.
Yeah, I remember.
But I bought like a
good DSLR.
A good camera.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, "What? I'm going to go all out, you know?" So whatever. So I was trying to vlog, so I thought maybe I was nervous to vlog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was just like a weird like a random nervous feeling. And I was like, "Oh, maybe I'm just nervous to vlog, whatever." I get there, I have to park across the street. And then there's a wire fence, like the skinny wire fence.
Mm-hmm.
And I get out of the car, I walk over there, I get through the wire fence, and I just feel off, you know, nervous.
And you don't get nervous.
Not really.
No.
And I'm just like, oh, this is weird, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm walking around, I'm like recording, and like I had been vlogging for a little bit at this point. Hadn't posted anything, but
you were just doing it.
Just getting comfortable,
yeah.
And I felt comfortable. So when I was vlogging, I kept like messing up, stumbling my words, not like just super awkward.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm walking around and I get to this dome that looks like a UFO.
Mm-hmm.
Like straight up looks like a UFO. And I walk inside and it's just eerie. I'm just like, ugh, like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
So I honestly just turned around and walked away. And I get to the big dome, the big long dome. It looks like a turd.
Uh-huh.
And it has a couple entrances. And I walk up to the entrance and I get to the entrance and something stopped me in my tracks, and I just felt like overwhelmed with anxiety, and like anxiety so bad to where I felt like I could have fainted.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And like so much anxiety that it hurt.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like not just anxiety, but I was also like I was scared of what? I don't know.
Yeah, just something.
And honestly, I kept trying to walk in and like the feeling got worse and worse and worse. And I think I like peeped my head in a little bit. And like I just like had to get out. Like it was just so overwhelming that I was like I couldn't even look around.
Yeah.
Nothing. And
Jeez.
and yeah, so when I started leaving, honestly, the further away I got from that dome, I felt better. And then I got in the car, and like slowly all the anxiety started going away. And I found out later that that specific dome is where they perform their rituals.
It's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
And you got freaked out.
I was freaked out. I actually didn't know about the rituals, though, before I went.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew, hey, it's a creepy place to take pictures.
Yeah.
Or take vlogs.
Yeah, whatever. Either one.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's pretty spooky.
That's like the most, like, that story will never leave.
Yeah.
My memory.
I'm trying to think of any that I've had. Mine are all pretty short encounters, and they're not necessarily spooky, most of them.
Mm-hmm.
But like the one that I can really remember was, this is going to get sad, a little bit sad. Mm-hmm. But I know it's like when my grandma passed away. And like that night, it was really rough for everyone, right? Like couldn't sleep. You didn't want to sleep. But I just remember like really being sad and really being hurt. And I just felt someone like sit on the edge of my bed. And I passed out immediately. Like comfort, complete comfort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was no one there. Like it was just me in that room, you know? But like that was the first time where it's like it legit, someone sat on the bed and I just felt so okay with the world that I fell asleep.
Wow.
But the spooky time, because we got to keep it spooky.
Right.
Can't be sad. Do you remember how we used to lie to our parents and say we're staying at each other's houses and then we'd go out in the desert and just party? Don't lie. They already know. They know everything.
No.
Okay, but yeah, we did that. You can say yes.
Go on.
I've never done this in my life.
Go on. I'm curious.
And by party, I mean we would camp in the desert instead of staying at each other's houses and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But there was one night it was right around the time we had like started getting video cameras and messing with them.
Yep.
And I just remember us being in the desert at night. And we were like shooting video, had night vision on the camera. So we were like, I don't even think we were like camping in the desert this night. I think we were just walking around.
Mm-hmm.
But like we had night vision on our camera. We're going to like get video. We're going to do all this fun stuff. And I remember like shooting a bunch of stuff and then reviewing everything while we were in the desert. And in one of the clips, you could clearly hear a girl screaming bloody murder. And none of us heard it, but the camera picked it up. And while we're trying to figure it out, like, oh, well, if the camera's pointed this way, it sounded like it came from that way. And we're trying to figure it out. And then we all hear it again, but like in person this time. Just like a girl screaming bloody murder. Like in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the night. Were you here for this?
I wasn't.
Oh my God, I swore that you were.
I really wasn't.
But I remember it vividly. Like there was someone screaming bloody murder in this desert. And I know the next week we were trying to figure out like if something had happened out there, you know? Yeah. But of course that video footage is gone forever. No one else really seems to remember this night, but I know like we were freaked out, like running around trying to figure out if someone was in danger. There's no one out there.
Jesus. And you followed the screams.
We did. We definitely paid attention to horror movies. But
don't do that.
But it did turn into like, I think one of our first times making a horror movie. It became that story. I don't know if you were. Do you remember that horror movie?
Nope.
Oh man, we made so many movies though.
We have, but like I wasn't a part of like those old like YouTube videos you guys would make and stuff. You and I were friends.
Yeah,
but I wasn't a part of the group until high school.
Yeah.
And then in high school we started making movies together.
Yeah, I can't think of any other spooky experiences. We've had like things that we thought were like people and they were shadows and stuff, and in the desert behind my dad's house was like spooky for us as kids.
There was one time I was in this really tall building, and you know, this guy came in and he had a painted white face, like almost like clown makeup. And he had bombs strapped around his body.
Yeah.
And he looked like a mime.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I do.
And and when he was trying to bomb this building, I don't remember what the building was.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
this is legit. This is a true story.
Yeah,
though.
true, 100%.
100%.
This really big man
Mm-hmm.
came in. He was blonde.
Uh-huh.
And he saved my life, dude.
Yeah.
He as soon as he came in, they knew each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old friends.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Maybe enemies,
Frenemies.
Maybe.
Yeah, they go like
Yeah,
like community college together.
They knew each other, and he beat the shit out of this
the mime.
the mime guy.
That's insane.
Was
there any
and
like?
then I think he told me to go home.
Yeah. Was there any like clues to this mime guy? Like, did he talk? Like, I mean, he's a mime, so he shouldn't be talking.
Yeah, he definitely talked.
That's very much unlike a mime.
Yeah, breaking the rules already.
If you really follow like the French mime school thing, like you don't talk.
Right.
Was he French?
He was, dude. And the
No
first
way.
thing I heard him say was, Monsieur Enclave, what are you doing here?
I knew you were going straight away with this.
And I think it threw him out the window.
Yeah, that's a scary story, dude. You're really trying to redeem yourself for the Pixar stuff on the last episode, the quiz episode. Just trying to redeem yourself.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, my girlfriend was really pissed off at you because you couldn't get the Pixar ones.
Oh my god. Well, I haven't seen Okay, so when I think Pixar, I'm thinking like
Toy Story
the
1.
shit we've seen. Toy Story. Toy Story.
Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2. Toy Story 3. Toy Story 4 even.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc.
Bug's Life.
A Bug's Life.
Everyone.
Ants.
That's not Pixar.
Yeah.
That's not Pixar. That's
It's DreamWorks, right?
I think so. That movie's so bad.
I love that movie.
Yeah, but it's bad. Like,
Youch. Dude, Sylvester Stallone was in that movie,
it doesn't make it a good movie. Oh boy, we've been all over the place with today's episode. Spooky stories, reminiscing about the past,
speaking in French.
Maybe we'll take a French lesson.
That'd be sick.
Maybe we'll learn French. Do you have Duolingo so it can haunt you in your sleep?
Duolingo?
You know what I'm talking about? The green owl?
Dua Lipa?
No. I'm done. But thanks for listening to our episode on spooky, paranormal, and random BuzzFeed articles. If you know French, tell us in anywhere, comments or whatever, how horrible Juan is at speaking French.
I mean, I only said like 2 phrases.
Oui.
No, it's just oui, by the way.
I said yes twice.
Just oui.
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 Yes. One more time in Spanish. No. It's my favorite joke from that 70s show. But thanks for listening. Thanks for checking us out. Maybe if you're watching the video of this, that'll be in the future though. We're still working some kinks out.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening today on whatever app you're listening on. Feel free to follow us on that app.
At BJ in the morning
on
underscore.
On the podcast.
Oh, right.
Spotify.
Don't forget to follow on Spotify,
Apple
Podcasts,
Google.
Google.
The Googs.
What was that other one?
I don't remember.
Bullhorn,
whatever that is. I've never heard of that in my life.
Don't forget to follow us on Bullhorn.
If you listen to us on Bullhorn, what is that? Tell us, please, because we just saw it and we don't know what it is. But also follow us on TikTok, Instagram.
At
now's the time.
BJ in the morning underscore.
And on YouTube.
And on YouTube at
the same thing.
BJ in the Morning _
or BJ in the Morning Podcast.
Okay.
One of those. I don't know.
I think it's BJ in the Morning Podcast.
I think that sounds about right.
We need to get our shit together. But
that's for a later episode.
Thank you for listening to BJ in the Morning. I'm Juan.
I'm Brendan.
And if you ever see a mime
wearing bombs,
go home.
Get out of there.
Go home, buddy.
Just get out. Save yourself. Not anyone else, just you.
And we'll talk to you next time.
This is where the music usually kicks in.
Just fucking push stop.